The Detroit Lions take on the Miami Dolphins Sunday at Ford Field.
Yep.
The Dolphins certainly are a fun team to watch.
52-7.
52-7, that was the score?
Yeah, don't worry. Jason Campbell completed a pass to Chris Cooley with 3 minutes left to make it 52-7.
That's right.
I don't know. Maybe I was in that one, and it just was.
How many times was Jason Campbell sacked? That'll let you know if John played or not.
It's 2007.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will get
3 times.
3 times, 3 sacks.
TBD. I will get back to you on that.
Okay. Now he's checking his injury games. Yeah. Anyway, the Dolphins are definitely a fun team to watch, led by their coach, who looks like the biggest nerd in the world, but has a great sense of humor, seems to be really, really a good coach, and that would be Mike McDaniel. I mean, for the Lions to be able to cover Tyreek Hill and Waddle, not to mention the tight end, Gesicki from Penn State, is going to be very difficult. It really will. I mean, I would not be surprised if they can run up the score a little bit, although I took the Lions in the picks because, it's the NFL. Strange things do happen. The Lions can play competitive games at home, which they usually do.
They do. They're obviously comfortable. They've got a better chance of winning at home under Dan Campbell than they obviously do on the road.
Yes, because Dan Campbell, we've never experienced that.
Yes.
Anyway, the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa.
Close.
Where did I screw up this time?
Tagovailoa.
Okay. Tagovailoa.
There you go.
All right, Tagovailoa.
There you go.
Anyway.
And no, I wasn't in that game. That was the Clinton Portis, I'm not going to block anybody, and blow up Jansen's leg.
Oh, that was before
that? That was the Miami game was which we opened up that season.
Okay.
So, week 1.
Okay. Anyway, how do you think things would be different if the Lions drafted Tua? 248-539-9797.
Well, I mean, there's a number of dominoes that fall and happen after that because the trade with Matthew Stafford is probably, obviously, the biggest domino that may be different at that point.
Right. A team might sit there and say, wait a second, we're not going to give you 2 picks because you really want to get rid of them.
Well, they might not give you 2 picks, but they also might have done it earlier.
Right.
After the pick, because it happened the year following that, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Matthew Stafford wasn't feeling the way he was all of a sudden. He was probably starting to feel that way the year before, his last season he played here.
Yeah.
So he probably would have demanded a trade.
Yeah.
And then Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia probably would have gotten another year.
Probably.
They probably would have. And then you also have to think, okay, what could Bob Quinn gotten for Matt Stafford?
Would the Rams have been interested, or you think they would have waited another year and see if Jared Goff could get back to the Super Bowl?
Well, I think the Rams probably would have waited. They might have had to have waited another year simply because they had just signed him to a new contract, and that that fast forward of the salary cap hit on them would have been even greater than it was when they actually made the trade.
Yeah. Maybe a team like Philly would have gone after Matthew Stafford at that point because they were getting sick of Carson Wentz at that time, right?
Well, and the Lions, I mean, they wouldn't have asked for Jared Goff. Not that they asked for him, they took him, but why would you want Jared Goff then? Right.
You would have maybe made the trade with Carolina. You would have taken, was Teddy Bridgewater even on Carolina that time to be a backup? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
So life would be a lot different. Not necessarily better, but it would be different. I think it would be better.
Well, we believe it would be better, but you're also, and
if they didn't trade Stafford, that year, which they might not have, he might have performed better because he had some actual competition.
Yeah, it could have been some accountability.
Yes.
Like if you don't play well, if you throw another couple of pick six,
right?
We're going to put in the rookie.
Yeah, I don't want to be the groomer. I don't want to groom, Tua.
Yeah.
I still think I have some good football to play, and I want to be traded.
And then you got a quarterback that is playing at a higher level, whether it's Tua for the future or it's Matthew Stafford at that time. And then defensively, your defense probably looks a little bit better because it's not put in some of those bad situations. Maybe they don't have as many short fields, sudden change situations. And then defensively, you're playing differently. So it would completely change everything moving forward in terms of draft selections.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the draft, okay, so they would have taken Tua third, obviously. So in the second round Would they have still taken DeAndre Swift, or would they have gone defense and taken somebody else? I don't know. I'm looking at the draft. Who's Grant Delpit, the safety the Browns took from LSU? How about Trayvon Diggs?
Yeah, could have been. I mean, there's a lot of different options that you go with at that point.
If they really wanted a corner, which they obviously did because they took Okudah.
Yeah. But again, it makes the whole complexion of your team different. And maybe they end up going with who was the kid that was taken down in Carolina? Brown.
Oh, Derek Brown.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they go Derek Brown at that point.
Who does? The Lions? No, if they were taking Tua, they wouldn't have had that pick.
Yeah, never mind. Different scenario, different draft. Sorry.
Yeah, well, same draft.
Helmet's getting tight on my head.
Take that thing off.
Yeah.